What's going on, guys? My name's Lucas, a co-founder of UserBet, a new fantasy football startup. It can be best described as a single person snake draft, snake drafting in 1 minute or less. And no, this is not like your other fantasy games out there. It has nothing to do with player props. It has nothing to do with a budget or auction or stock market. This is a game mode for people who want to snake draft on a weekly basis, but do not have the time commitment for it. So what's the difference between a UserBet and a snake draft? The main difference is it's only one person in the draft room, and that one person is you. You're the only person drafting. That means you don't have to recruit other people to join your draft. You don't have to wait for them to join. You don't have to wait for them to pick while you're actually in the draft room. And this can all add up to hours of your time. With a UserBet, you get to draft on your own terms. It only takes a few minutes to complete the draft. And it's not left up to chance who gets the first pick or who gets the last pick. With a UserBet, you get to pick first every single round. Now, the big question is, if no one else is in the draft room, who am I playing against? And let's get into it, and I'll show you what a UserBet is and who you would be playing against. If we look right here, this is the UserBet draft room, and it is not like your typical fantasy draft room. With a UserBet, you are given a subset of players to choose from. This is to account for only one person being in the draft room as opposed to 10 or 12 with a normal snake draft. With a UserBet, we give you pairs of players to choose from. Instead of having a giant list of players, we give you two options per roster slot. So if we look at the draft board, we have two different options for our quarterback. It's either Mariota or Lawrence, and whichever one we decide, they'll join our roster, and who we don't pick, it joins the roster we play against in a head-to-head matchup. And that's what's so important about a UserBet. Not only is it a snake draft, which aligns with how most people play season-long fantasy football, but it also is a head-to-head matchup against another roster. And if we continue to go down the board, we can fill out our roster, picking one player per pair. And when we click submit, we'll see the players that I select move to the left, which is my team, and the unselected players move to the right, which is the roster I play against. NFL Week 5 data is already loaded, and that's what this draft is. And we can see here my scores tallied at the bottom, and this is the score that I'm playing against. My team has to cumulatively outscore the opposing team to win. And that's not all. The subset of players that you're given, you're not stuck with them. You can change the group of players up to 5 times. It's called dealing. Think of it like being dealt a hand of cards in a poker. You're going to look at your players similar to how you would look at your cards and decide if you want to pass or play. If we don't like this group of players, we can deal again and get another group of players. And this randomization, this dealing replicates who would actually be falling to us in a real snake draft. And there you have it. That's what UserBetting is. Take back your time. Take back control of your fantasy league by UserBetting. You get to pick first and you draft on your own terms. It's available in the App Store and the Google Play Store. Let us know in the comments what you think of this game mode. Is this something you would play? We're going to be putting out another video later this week with NFL Week 6 UserBets. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.